The original Goosebumps series, the book series, is an anthology series, so there's no central character. Each book is about a different set of characters that run up against a different scary thing, whether it's a monster or some goop that comes out of the floor. The movie idea is, what if R.L. Stine, who's the author of the Goosebumps series, what if he was a central character in the film? And what if his imagination could manifest into reality? So literally, the original manuscripts, the original Goosebumps manuscripts, which have thick locks on them, are magic. And if you open the locks, whatever that book is about will jump out of the book and into the real world. So the movie Goosebumps is about a kid who moves from New York with his mom to this small town, and he moves in next door to this weird, strange guy who has a daughter that he falls for, and one thing leads to another, and one night, he thinks she's in trouble, sneaks into the house, discovers this set of manuscripts, accidentally opens one, and an abominable snowman from Pasadena pops out, and it's on, and here we go. Visual effects are usually the computer-generated effects that you do in post, and special effects are the effects that happen, on the day while you're shooting. You try to combine the two and make them organic, working with each other. So for me, it was really important the special effects on the set influenced the visual effects that happened in post, and the visual effects supervisor, welcomed that. You want to start with something real as much as possible. You want to get everything you can in camera as much as possible, and then augment it later in visual effects. Sometimes you have to completely create shots totally in the computer, but the stuff looks better if you start with something real. It's the third time, so gotten used to each other. But Jack's great. He's hilarious. He's everything you'd expect him to be. So nice, and makes it so easy for me to work because he shows up and he gives it his all, and he really cares. And then the other part of it for this movie, which was really exciting, is seeing Jack do something he hasn't done before. That was a really cool aspect of this. Neil and I took him out to lunch, and we were talking to him about this role and what could we do differently, and it was right after he had done this movie Bernie, which was a Richard Linklater film, and he was amazing in it, and he played this character, and it was just the perfect timing to be having the conversation with Jack about, hey, what if you played a role that's unexpected? What if, at the beginning of this movie, we don't know if you're a good guy or a bad guy, and then we pull the curtain back and reveal a whole other character. And he dug that, and it was very cool to see him sink his teeth into it, because I know he's a classically trained actor and has amazing acting chops, but the rest of the world always thinks of him as Jack Black, the comedian. So it was really nice to see him do both, and it was incredibly helpful for this movie because the tone was so tricky on Goosebumps. I really needed a lot of Jack's help to sort of navigate that tone and let people know that the movie's okay for kids, but at the same time we could, get a little bit of edge in there. Dylan Minnette plays Zach. He's the boy who moves in next door to Jack Black's character and falls for Hannah, played by Odeya Rush. Dylan Minnette is so great. He's such a great actor. I had to audition so many teenagers. I mean, I can't even, the list was incredibly long. We just kept auditioning and auditioning. And funny enough, Dylan was one of the first kids, if not the first kid, who came in and read for the part. And I remember going, this is the guy. This is the guy. I mean, first of all, if everyone comes in like this, I mean, it's a high-class problem. But he was amazing, and he's really earnest and just an incredibly gifted actor. And I was like, that's the guy, we got to get him. And they said, no, sorry, he's unavailable. And so I lost him, and it was so depressing. And then, we just got very lucky. Whatever that other movie was fell through, and we got the call that he's available again. And I called up Neil immediately and was like, dude, you gotta get him. You just gotta get him. And we got Dylan, and he's really, really great. And it's obvious in the movie how good he is. But he's also just a good dude. So Jillian Bell plays Aunt Lorraine, and I'm a huge fan of Workaholics. And Jillian Bell also plays, she's in Workaholics, and she was in 22 Jump Street at the time. And there was no audition there. It was just, she came over to meet me at my office. I gave her a big hug and then begged her to be in the movie. And she's like, awesome. So funny. I mean, crazy, crazy funny. And as it turned out, was a huge Goosebumps fan. She had read all the books, and so she knew it, and she'd read the script. She's like, this is legit. Like, you guys really did your homework. I mean, between her and Dylan Minnette, another one who read all the books growing up, we had our sort of experts on set. But yeah, that's how I met Jillian, and she's hilarious and scene stealing throughout the movie.